Diego, só pra gente ver o
Hello
som que tá
again.
saindo.
Hopefully this time we are back with sound. We
Let's
bring
see.
you Yuki, and today with me Eduardo Nicolau and Freddy Pavão. Hello guys.
Hey
Hey
guys.
guys, hope you are listening this time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Need some
I'm
feedback.
afraid. Come on, Harmonica LFA, Shiryu GL. We can hear you now. That's the
Oh,
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry for this, guys. We had some technical problems. To be honest, I don't know what happened because I basically did nothing and it started working. So we'll have that voodoo thing going on.
Yeah.
So, guys, you bring us Yuki, VR game. It's the only VR game that we have in the finalists this year. You're coming with Arbor Immersive, which is a company already with some experience in the VR background.
Yes. Yeah, the main focus of Arbory is only VR, to be honest. All our games are in VR, experiences in VR. VR is our stuff. Like here in Brazil, it's a very niche thing. I think in the whole world, it's a very niche thing. But it's good to work in this kind of games that puts you inside the game. You know, it's a lot of difference than when you just pick up a Joy-Con or a Dual Shock and play. You are in the game, so that's very cool.
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah. Now I had a problem with Discord again. Okay, it's back, no problem. Okay, so tell us a bit about Yuki. What is this game about? What can we expect to see?
Go on.
I think this game is about creativity and about feeling like a kid again and remembering the days when you had your favorite toy and grabbing that toy and with it embarking on an amazing journey to fight evil. That's actually the this is what we call the core fantasy of the game, which is a kid playing with the toy, and this is what helped us decide everything that we needed to do in the game. It always comes down to that, and it really helped us guide the project.
Yeah, it's very cool because we play what's the kid is playing. It's like a meta game. Yeah, not making a joke with the new Facebook name or anything, but it's a meta linguistic game really because we play a person playing with the toys and having all this huge world around it with spaces and space demons and everything. It's very cool. It's very for me personally. It's very different to classify Yuki because okay, it's a space shooter. It's sci-fi, but it's also something inside a naive child imagination, the purest of imagination and without limits of creation and everything.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Yuki is a bullet hell with elements.
Yeah.
So bullet hell, you expect to be holding a spaceship or a character and dodging infinite bullets while trying to destroy them. And this is what we try to do with Yuki. At the same time that it should be challenging, we wanted players to feel like that every type of player, if you're not that skillful, maybe you have some other strategies that you can use in order to beat the game or at least get further. That was a very huge concern for us because we wanted Yuki not just to be very challenging, but also to be a pick up and play game that people can enjoy on their free time and
Yeah.
not worry too much about it.
Yeah, I think because since it's a mix of two genres, like we have the bullet hell part, but we also have the roguelike part that That's already two very difficult genres of games, like styles of games, but different than other roguelike titles. I think Yuki, I mean, you're supposed to lose. The game is made for you to get a little bit angry when you lose sometimes, but it's also engaging when you say like you lose this time, but you know if you did like one little thing different, you can beat that other time. So it makes you want to come back to play again. Yeah.
Okay. You always have games out of the box. I remember Pixel Ripped, maybe.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just completely very immersive experience also. And I just want to make a disclaimer. Asphodel is also telling us about Pixel Rip. We have some problems capturing the image because this is a VR game, and before we had the game crashing. That's why the windows were disconfigured.
Oh, I
Um,
see.
so I think we can start showing the game. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Again,
Okay.
Just is everyone seeing it?
Okay.
Yes.
Now, now we now they should be seeing.
Let's see.
I
Yeah.
was I was just wondering before we go in depth in the game,
Yes.
what do you find out are the difficulties and challenges of producing games for the VR market, since it's a much smaller market, and is it harder to make it recognizable, to put it out there?
I
Yeah.
think especially because VR headset is not very. It's getting cheaper, but it's not a very cheap
Yeah.
product. So not, especially here in Brazil, not everyone is able to afford it. So it makes it harder for us to reach the audience. But we always try to rely on IPs that relate to our hearts, maybe a more uh, nostalgic IPs that use successful genres, and then we try to
Yeah.
do
I
them reality.
Yeah, I think the hardest part, Edu already said it. That's it's about the price of the whole thing. Like having a headset is not easy, especially here in Brazil or even in the US or other countries. It's an expensive thing to have. Like maybe the person will want more to have a whole console or a portable than a headset, but it helps us to focus our games and our experiences in things that the community are more tending to I mean on Pixel Rip part it was all about the nostalgia, and I think Yuki has a little bit of this too because it brings back from another titles like Star Fox, like Galaga, and all the other space shooters. It's like everything you always wanted to see inside your head, like you are playing on the screen. Now you are inside the game. So this is a challenge when you are creating for VR, but this is also an advantage to you because you can offer this whole world around the player. That's already a very cool thing to have.
You can also revisit styles and genres that were already made, and make it a new experience with that, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's how Yuki started actually. We thought it would be interesting to make a bullet hell game in VR, and we wanted to know how that would feel. And then Yuki was created after 4 years of production.
Okay, so sorry, Edu, your sound is coming up poorly
It's
with a lot of
kind of funky.
interruptions.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let's dive into the game. Run us through Yuki.
Yeah,
Okay,
now
so
you see. Go
can you
on,
hear me?
please.
Can you hear me well now?
Yeah. Do you want me to pick up?
So like I said before, Yuki revolves around creativity. So basically, it's about a kid who has her favorite toy, Yuki, and Yuki it's part of her, is the protagonist of her favorite anime, and she grabs Yuki and she works in this adventure that she has to save the universe because the universe had its creative force stolen by these evil creatures called Yoke aliens. And using Yuki, who's the space ranger, she has to defend the universe
Yeah.
and
Okay,
retrieve the stolen creative force of the
I
aliens.
do. I'm sorry. I will ask Freddy to take over because
Yeah.
your sound is coming really bad.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I got a little of what Edu was saying. Yuki is basically this, like we explained. It's all inside the imagination of this little girl, and then she grew up watching this anime called Yuki the Space Ranger, and she has the toy of it, the action figure, and it drives her imagination to these amazing scenarios. Like she has to beat this evil alien, the Yoke aliens, these little guys, and also the bosses that are the evil, the major evil force in this universe, and everything you play is what is inside her head, and this is a very cool thing because since it's a roguelike and bullet hell mix, it has all this magic of the procedurality of each level. Like this thing you're watching now that Diego is playing for us, when you pick up your headset and play, most probably you'll never see this scenario happening again because it's totally random. So the combination of things coming to you and the scenario and the bullet patterns, it's always different, just like your imagination. Like when you have a dream or you imagine a big scenario with your action figures, it's not the same. Every time is different. So this is the one of the things we want to bring in Yuki. Every run is different because your imagination is infinite.
Okay, everything is procedural, or it has some parts that are scripted.
Yeah, we have I mean we have chapters, but the patterns that of stuff that appears in front of you are procedural.
Okay,
Yeah, each
nice.
module of obstacles and enemies are procedurally generated bosses.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Edu.
I don't yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Damn. Maybe I'll try connecting headphones.
Let's try. Maybe it's your headset, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably because your image is quite okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
but no problem.
we
Just
had.
to answer your question, we have some scripted parts, of course, because the game has its own history. Like we have each chapter has the boss and the mini bosses, but the pattern of bullets and how the enemies will come to you is always different. Oh, look, this is the little pod. This is
Oh,
the sidekick of Yuki. This is another cool thing. We want to give personality to each and everything because it's not just like, oh, okay, this is a starship and it's, I don't know, it's blasting asteroids or something like this. No, everything is inside this little girl head. So the little sidekick is this cat like creature called Pod that I mean, he has lots of personality. He plays with you. He teases Yuki. When you try to use him instead of Yuki, he plays a little. Said, "Oh, okay, I'm not the ranger. Yuki's the ranger. Try picking her." So the game is very spiritual. Like it's not comedy, but it's cool to see the every and each dialogue that happens in front of you.
very nice.
Can you hear me better?
Kind
Is
of
my audio
robotic.
better?
You're sounding like a robot, but we can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah, I can understand you, though you're
Yeah.
sounding like a robot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem.
I will just pass one question that Asphodel made in the comments.
Yes.
Are you aiming to for being a pretty recognizable VR studio?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
This is
it
the
goes
main goal.
without saying.
Yeah, yeah, but no, but it's cool. It's nice to have the questions like this because I mean the main goal is to become a very recognizable VR studio and everything. But I think the the main goal is to simply bring cool stories and cool experience to people. Like Yuki is very different than Pixel Rip. That is very different from the line, and every and each one of these bring, I think touches some different muscle inside you. Like ones make you more nostalgic, the other one makes you more engaging on playing, the other one is a very beautiful story happening in front of you. So it's all about bringing cool stories, I think.
Speaking about cool, someone saying that you're sounding like a robot is very theme appropriated. So
Yeah, you're the
let's
voice
do
actor
it.
for Pod. Yeah,
Oh, you sound like robots.
yeah,
Yes, you
you're
do.
sounding just like a Dalek from Doctor Who. Like,
So, and you were saying that we have two very distinct parts in this game. We have
yes.
so we have this roguelike stage, and we have
Yeah, now we have like Diego already changed the modes.
Yeah,
We were
okay.
on patrol mode. The patrol mode is like the history mode. You pass through the chapters, you beat bosses and everything. This is the our newest one that is called endless mode. It's I think it goes without saying too. It's a mode that it's a run that never ends. It just ends when you lose this, and the more you stay in this, the more power ups you get, the more charms you get. You get more powerful and have more points to go to the leaderboard. And this is a very cool thing because uh, our guys, our people who play Yuki were already anticipating this for a long. And the day we launched the endless mode, some some people were beating us like by miles far. Like we made, I don't know, 10,000 points, and we have a guy on our Discord community that made, I don't know, 10 times this in one night, and we said, oh my god, this guy is like a is the god of the roguelikes and bullet hells. Like he plays it like a kid like the game is intended to be,
Yeah.
and not even us could get this time.
And playing in VR, bullet hell like this, it takes a toll on your physical shape as well. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I know for a fact that you tried and your wrist got all sort of. Yeah.
yeah. But well, usually you will play this. I will play this standing, not sitting down.
Yeah.
And well, at least it's some exercise at the same time.
Yeah, this is an important other thing to say. Like when we created Yuki, we always think about the inclusion of everyone. Like because there are some games on VR that you are supposed to stand and sometimes even walk a bit, and this is a little bit excluded because you like persons with disability that can't walk, they can't play the game stand, of course.
Yeah.
And Yuki is you're not obliged to stand to play. Like personally, I like to stand to play because I can stretch a little bit more. But you can play it sit down because the game is was thought to be played by everyone with
Yeah.
every scenario possible.
My kid
The-
was playing sitting down,
yeah.
and it was.
people do that.
Sorry.
It's quite challenging. There are a lot of people who do that.
Yes. I tried a
Can you
bit
hear
to play sit, but it's impossible to me.
For me too, it's like having the phone on my hand. I need to move around as I'm
Yes.
playing. Okay, so now we have Yuki. What are the challenges for the future regarding Arvor and VR world?
this is a very cool question. Uh, Regarding Yuki, I think that is to come. Like on the today is 12, on the 16th we will be launching on PSVR, and that's a very cool thing
Nice.
because yeah, we have people there waiting for us to be on PSVR since day one, and we are finally there. About Armory in general, there are some stuff we can't say yet, but be sure that we are always working in cool projects. On the project that we already have, like Pixel and Yuki, we are always working on it to make it crispier for the community. But for the future, keep an eye open for Avery because there are some stuff cool coming for sure.
Okay, and tell me, Diego will show us. One thing I didn't notice. Do we have here a big boss fight?
Yeah, we
Not
have
on endless mode.
yeah on
Only
endless
had
mode.
boss fights in the show.
Yeah, on endless mode, the biggest enemy is yourself and your ability. No bosses needed, but on the patrol mode, you have plenty of bosses, like four.
Yeah, so basically the idea behind endless mode. Can you hear me better? This is still
Still robot.
But
Yeah.
go on. No,
Can
but we can
We can
understand you.
understand you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can understand you.
okay. So the idea behind endless mode is basically that you are inside God's training facilities that he has created for train. Um, hang on.
Nah. But I guess I know what you were about to say. The endless mode is supposed to be like the do you know Danger Room from X-Men or the holodeck from Star
Yeah,
Trek?
of course.
Yeah, that's the stuff. The endless mode is the danger room Yuki trains to beat the aliens in real life. Like so she's training. Yeah, and this person you're listening screaming is probably Diego because this is a hell of bullets for sure.
Every ring that you see, like that one in the background, is a different intensity that you once you go through it changes. So if you pay attention to it, the whole scenario just changes colors. The skybox changes, the holographic elements change colors as well. And the intensity gets higher and higher. That's that's how it progresses.
Great job, team.
Okay, I had a hard time understanding everything. Edu. Sorry. Well, we have Asphodel is asking, can you ask the dev playing the VR, how is the weather today in Scarrow?
Okay, we mentioned some quote of Doctor Who there, and people are already showing themselves. That's cool.
Okay. I'm also curious. What's your take on the future of VR gaming? Do you see it growing and becoming a staple in the future?
Yeah, I think this is an answer that if you asked me this like 3 years ago, I would have an answer, but now I have another because we changed it from a world that we could just leave our houses and meet our other people. Yeah, nowadays since COVID and everything, depending on the place you are, it's not that easy yet. And the VR industry in general is kind of really fast adapting to this. Like we saw these days, Facebook changed everything, and now it's Meta, and it's trying to make those those meeting rooms for you to have your conferences and trying to stay in in person on a place you are not supposed to be. Like I think the VR industry has this ace on the sleeve. Like and now it's the time to trying to create more and more immersive experiences since we are not really immersed on real scenarios anymore.
Okay, the two things. Hopefully, we'll be again immersed
Yeah,
in real scenarios,
real scenarios. Yeah.
and will that translate also to games? Because I can see it in two ways. To be honest, I think there's a lot of potential still to be realized and fulfilled in VR gaming.
Sure.
But also, I see there's a big risk in it as well. I think it will depend on the liberalization, the democratization of the hardware.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, this for sure. But I think like we have like two major barriers here. The first one is the price, as you said, the democratization of it for it to be more accessible for everyone, and the other one is for people to start seeing VR as a piece of hardware, just like any other thing. Like, I mean, the first time a company tried to introduce the motion sense on a controller, some people are kind of that's not gonna work, and nowadays everyone has a controller that you have some kind of motion sense inside of it. And I think in the future that's the major barrier that VR by itself must conquer. Like, okay, show people that it's not a monster. Like, it's a piece of thing that you can use to have fun too, just like a controller, just like a headset, just like a Kinect, just or things like this.
For example, with Quest now, it's like buying a console.
Yes, yes, and we were talking offline about this, like, because we have a multitude of hardwares, and some of them has lots of wires and everything. With Quest, you just put it on your head and use your hands, and that's it. You're already inside the game or inside of the experience. So it's getting easier to be inserted on the VR community if you want nowadays.
Okay, and
Easier by the time, yeah.
Yuki is running on Quest as well, right?
Yes, Rift S, Quest 2, soon to be PSVR, Index, and
Is it scaled down to work on Quest, or it was made from the scratch to be on that level and will scale up to the other platforms? Because Quest, it needs to have a tighter control of the resources that you use.
yeah. When you play on like the Steam version on your, I don't know, you play on a Rift, you could achieve better graphics because the Rift itself depends on your machine, your computer, not, and Quest is simply Quest. So, but the game is crispy on both of them for sure.
But during development, we had that in mind during early stages of development.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Oh, you can? Yeah.
Yes.
We knew we wanted it to be on Quest, so from early stages of the production, we were already thinking of ways to make it available for Quest. We didn't downsize.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not downsize it.
Okay, that's fair
Yeah.
enough. It was a fair question because I know for sure that there are a lot of games that were starting on Rift and then they went to Quest. They had to make some concessions. If you build it from the ground up, thinking about it, you can get a better optimization. I didn't try it on Quest. I tried it on Rift, so I had no notion how's working on Quest. But I would like to see it on Quest as well because that's it. We
Yeah,
can play it easy everywhere.
Yeah, it's for sure it's more comfortable to play on Quest because you're not attached to anything.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah.
Okay, we have some. VR is missing an open world racer, Test Drive Unlimited, or Forza Horizon. Okay, enough of the Sims. Arcade racer open world. Okay. Thanks to the devs reacting feedback, the index controller adjustment some time ago was godsend. Okay, nice.
Cool.
Nasfadel saying you have the issue that there were lots of players that have vertigo and nausea from playing driving games.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the motion sickness. I'm a guy that I have a lot of motion sickness depending on the game I'm playing, but I'm not just saying this, but not on Yuki. On Yuki, I can play it a lot, and I don't get dizzy or anything.
This was a concern that we had even during very early prototype stages. This was something that we tested a lot so that people didn't even comfort playing.
Nice. I think overall the developers are more sensitive to this question, and they are taking it in mind from the beginning of the development of games, because it's crucial. If people get nauseous playing your game is not having success. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a very sensitive issue, really, because sometimes there's a very specific thing that makes a person nauseated playing it. But I guess on Yuki we could dodge all these nausea bullets, and I guess no one complained to us since now, since day one, like till now, it's all good. So
Yeah.
oh, you're asking about the bosses. This is one of our bosses. This is the
Yeah.
Koi King. Yeah.
Diego was listening.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is a mess of bullets for sure.
Okay, and Asfadel was mentioning that with PSVR they had problems, but also the hardware on PSVR was not as good as the other competition, and it's more prone to that, I believe.
Yeah. From what we already see for all the PSVR version, it's very good too. Like it was adapted from this stuff that was not on PSVR, but it's running very okay on PSVR. It's very good on PSVR. You won't feel like a. I mean, if you have a PSVR and you have a Quest, probably you won't you couldn't say the difference from each of the versions.
Okay. So, guys, we are nearing our time. What message would you like to leave us with regarding Yuki and Arvor?
Go play Yuki. It's
Go play
awesome.
Yuki, yeah.
Yeah, no,
And you won't get motion sickness.
you won't get motion sickness. You have like this on every headset you probably have. Try on your favorite. Give us feedback. We are always prior to answer you and have a chat on social media, on Discord. So just search for us and we'll be there to talk to you.
Hey guys, thank you very much for being here and bringing us this incredible game. I wish you all the best. I hope to see you in the near future. Maybe we meet in a real life event to play VR in the real life event. Much nicer.
Yes, for sure.
So
on IndieX 2022, we'll be there.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. So we'll be right back with another game. Stick around, and see you in a moment. Bye bye.
Thank you for having us.
Bye guys. Thank you for having us.